Hello, everybody. My name is George Zito, host of Cannabis Then and Now. We have exciting news. We have a great show. Things are happening in the cannabis area. And one of the main items is Bill 5450. It's been passed for pediatrics. So now our children can receive the benefits of cannabis. Well, we'll talk more about it. We have my friend Christine in from Parents for Pot, and we have a great show with some guests that suffer from cancer that got better. And my friend Judy's back in town, and she's co-hosting the show with me. But you know, I got a good friend of mine. His name was Gary, and Gary is a songwriter, a musician, and he was touched by our 11th show. On our 11th show, we dedicated the show to Cindy May. Cindy May, I call her our little cannabis crusader. She suffered from epilepsy and seizures, and recently she passed away maybe about a month ago, a little longer. But her family was a great family. They went through a lot of turmoil, going back and forth from Connecticut to Maine to get to cannabis because we weren't allowed it here in Connecticut. But now things are changing. And I want to get going and get the song on. If it's not, are we up? We're good. We're going to play the video now that my buddy Gary wrote and played the instruments, and his friends sang the song. And this is for Cindy May. We love you, girl. You're in our hearts, and you'll always be there to your family. Gary, great job. What a great song. Nice remembrance of our little lady. A couple other things I'd like to mention. As far as our mud volleyball, August 20th, and that's going to be for the Epileptic Foundation. This will be the second year cannabis team has been represented there, and we're looking forward to that. Last year, I was there, Cannabis Then and Now, and we filmed it, and we got response from California, people seeing it. They love what their East Coast brothers and sisters were doing, and I thank everybody who participated. But I have somebody special here, my friend Christine. Christine's Parents for Pot. It helps kids, it helps their families, but what I'm going to do is have my lady take care of it and tell you what's going on. Christine, what's going on, babe?
So Parents for Pot is an organization that aims to help families of people who are affected by prohibition of cannabis, people who are incarcerated because of cannabis, families who are activists for the repeal of prohibition of cannabis, who face hardships, refugees of medical families who have had to leave the state and relocate. We do a lot for back to school season. There will be a drive, a back to school drive. And we are looking for families who are in need as well as families who would like to participate and donate to this drive. It will be going until June 1st, George.
Oh, that's nice. Now, you're saying, are people moving out or moving into the state? The refugees? Or?
So at this point in time, although the bill has passed for pediatric cannabis, people are still at this point moving from Connecticut to obtain medicine for their children or for themselves at this point. So out of Connecticut, unfortunately, until October 1st, when we can see the law starting to take effect for pediatrics.
Also, that's when you're thinking to be about October 1st?
October 1st is when it's going to take effect, yes.
Well, you know what? Major steps we've been doing, huh?
Absolutely.
It's like a miracle.
It is.
It can't come quick enough.
I know.
Right. So, you know, if people are looking for help in Connecticut, you know, with you know, getting back to school items, or if they're looking to donate, you can contact Parents for Pot at parentsforpot@gmail.com. You can also go to parentsforpot.org to look for more information on that.
Thanks, Christine. Christine's logo's on the TV right now. Folks, write it down, and we can use the help too. Anybody that could donate, do anything. You know, we're all going in one direction now. Let's focus and get that point of that needle sharp so we get done what has to be done. We're all our crusaders in our own rank. And now my co-host, Judy here, she's back in town.
Glad to be back.
I'm glad to have you back with that beautiful smile. And I missed you last month, but I'm glad you're here this month, and with Billy's back and Brian.
Yeah.
So why don't
brought some great friends with me tonight.
Tell us what's going on with you and with our boys here.
All right, well, I brought Billy back. Everybody met him 2 months ago, and he'll be telling you more about what's been going on.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I'd love everybody to meet my friend Brian.
So this is Brian. Brian, nice to have you on the show.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming down. And tell us your story. Tell us what's been going on, and tell us how cannabis has been really helping you. Let me know. Let's hear it.
Well, in 2013, in September, I got diagnosed with testicular cancer. And then 3 days later, I got diagnosed with lymphatic cancer and lung cancer. And I started doing chemotherapy after the surgery I had. And I did 6 months of chemotherapy. And it was 6 hours a day, 5 days straight. And I had 2 weeks off and then back on it again. And that made me sick. I lost weight, I gained weight. I was on so many steroids and my joints hurt and I was falling apart. And then I had to stop the chemotherapy after 6 months. My tumors had shrunk, and then I had brain cancer. It came out of the blue 2 months later, and I had a seizure at work. I'm a personal trainer, and I collapsed. I fell down. I had a 10-hour seizure. My new client came in, and he saved my life. I got brought to the hospital, and I woke up with my brain cut open. They cut half my skull off, and I had a huge gaping hole. And then I had no thoughts in my head. I had to relearn math. I had to relearn how to use a phone, what a phone was. I had to relearn my sister's name. And at 33 years old, that is incredibly frustrating. And I had to relearn how to walk and do everything again. And I spent a month in the hospital learning, trying, and getting better. When I was able to leave, I still couldn't close my hands, and I couldn't walk well without a walker. And I moved into my Aunt Kim's house, and she, helped me and rehabbed me all back to this. And basically, I started on the medical cannabis, the THC and the CBD oil, after I got done with the brain surgery and after the rehab. And all the cancer was still in my body. And the doctor said, you got to get chemotherapy or radiation again, but I refused to do it. And little by little, I started getting better. My skin started to change, my hair started to change, my eyes got brighter, and everything came back into balance. And everything I've done to myself, all the hard work that I've gone through and achieved, all brought me back to this point. And I'm here right now, and alive and well, and cancer-free, thank goodness. And the doctor said I had no tumors in my body whatsoever. And I had millions and millions and millions of tumors everywhere in my body. And the stage 4 cancer is now gone.
How many tumors did you have in your brain?
I had, I think, 9 tumors. I had one giant one and, 8, 9, 10. I don't even know, but I had a lot of tumors in there, but they're all gone right now. Thank goodness.
Wow.
I'm alive and well.
Now the medication, how many pills were you on, and what did you wind up, what's happening right now? Or?
Well, basically what I did was I took, the packages came in syringes, and I'd take a half syringe.
That's the chemo?
Basically the THC and the marijuana oil.
Okay. So,
What were you talking about?
Well, you're basically, when you were taking the pills and the chemo, there was all different kind of pills.
I wasn't taking pills. I was just getting injectable in the hospital.
And that was causing side effects.
Lots of side effects. Basically, my body fell apart, and I had no energy. I had no life force in me, and I wasn't able to walk up the staircase sometimes, and I slept a lot, and I was cranky, and I was moody, and this stuff is the devil. Chemo is the devil.
Yeah. It's poison, right?
Yeah, it is. It's straight poison. I don't recommend it to anybody.
What made you turn to the cannabis?
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Basically, I walked into the dispensary and I met Angela, and she said, you need to start taking the THC oil, and I had never heard about it. And I knew from, cancer research and everything that the medical marijuana does help, but I didn't know it would kill cancer and destroy it.
Oh, right, yeah.
How did you get to the dispensary not knowing that, though? Like, how did you
Basically, I was going to get pain relief for the pain I was in, and then she just told me, you got to do this, and this is going to make your cancer go away. And then I listened to what she said, and I'm here today because of it, yeah.
Oh, so you just came at first for the pain and the nausea
Absolutely.
and
I had
help
no
your
idea
appetite.
that
You had
taking the
no
oil-
idea that the
Yeah.
oil was going to help.
And I met this wonderful man,
Yes.
and he started teaching me so much about this. And all the people that I've met, all the beautiful people, and I'm so thankful for everyone.
I'm thankful for you too.
Thank
man.
you, thank you.
Congratulations.
We're all like one family.
And I'm just here to give a little update on myself, if I could.
Billy, tell us what's going on. You were a great guest, and what happened?
I was here a couple months ago, and I just want to remind everybody that I have stage 4 aggressive thyroid cancer. It metastasized to my blood, bones, my left lung. I have one form of cancer that's chemo-resistant. It's called Hurthal cell. I have follicular and papillary cancer, which are both treatable and removable. The Hurthal cell is not treatable at all. It can only be removed. So there was a point in my cancer after 5 years of doing all the traditional therapy. I wanted it to work. Chemo, radiation, radioactive iodine, 40, 50 pills a day. I was up to 500 pounds, 38-inch legs. I had a gaping hole in my neck from a surgical wound for 2 years. And the doctors just told me I had no hope. And I found out about cannabis oil, started doing some research, and I made my way to Compassionate Care Center in Bethel, and the last 2 years have just completely changed my life. I started high doses of THC and CBD daily. with no other treatment at all from the hospital. I actually went down from 40 pills a day down to about 6. My cancer's been in remission for the last year. Before I started the oil, I had 40 surgeries the year before. And since I started the oil, I only had 1 surgery in the last year and a half. So cannabis is a cure for cancer. A lot of people think that it's just for pain or side effects, but the research is out there. Google it. There's been studies done for thousands of years. People need to know the power of this medicine. And as much as I'm invited to the show, I'm going to keep coming back and telling my story just so one person that's afraid to use cannabis first will maybe try it. It's changed my life, and I hope it changes somebody else from watching these videos.
No, very well said, Billy. You made quite a few good points there, too.
It just has to be, people need to know that it's powerful medicine.
Yeah, they do. And they need to know it's a medicine.
It's medicine.
Do you know what I mean? Because it carries that stigma that it's bad for you. You're going to get high. It's a gateway drug. That's all bullshit.
I've been
That's all
pretty high
bull.
from morphine before, and
Yeah,
addicted.
and what about?
And I had a problem because of it.
What about opiates? And,
No,
painkillers?
I'll be the first person to admit that I also beat an opiate addiction. I had gout at a young age, started doing Percocets, and I'm going to put it all out there just for people that don't have any hope. Percocets led into Vicodin, led into Oxycontin, led into heroin. Okay, and I was on methadone for 8 years. I'm not proud of this, and I don't want to admit it, but people need to know that this also helps for opiate addiction. And I went from 90 milligrams of methadone a day for 8 years, and I'm down to 5 milligrams a day now. And I'm very proud of myself for that.
Wow,
So-
congratulations.
It works. It works. That's it. It takes pain away. It helps you sleep. It helps you eat. It's pretty much a cure-all. Google it. It's right there, guys.
You're right, you know.
Yeah. Hey, Billy, why don't you explain like what happened, like with the whole, the apoptosis and how we had.
So there's a point when you're taking the oil for treatment and cancer, and people haven't really been able to figure this out yet. But I have one of my forms of cancer is very aggressive, like I said. And for the last year, I've had a very high unstable cancer marker, which should be 0. It's called the thyroglobulin level. And that's how they test the thyroid cancer cells in my blood work. It should be 0. Since I started the protocol of the cannabis oil, my number went from 14 up to 23, and now it's all the way up to 70. 40 is very dangerous. When I was at 55, I had 20 tumors in my neck and some lymph nodes removed. So doing some research, I'm finding out that there's a point when you're taking the oil called apoptosis where the cells just keep dying off and they stop metastasizing. The oil stops the cells from dividing and metastasizing. That's very, very important. And there's also something else that's very magical that happens from the oil. When you go for chemo and radiation, your doctor's going to say after a few months that you're in remission, and you're going to get very happy, and that means your tumor's gone. But the stem cell that feeds the tumor isn't gone. And that stem cell recreates tumors. Cannabis oil helps the stem cell to cut the blood flow off to kill the tumor from the stem cell. It's very, very important for people to know this. It's just a great medicine, and everybody needs to know about it. That's it. Doctors don't know this, or they do and they won't tell you. So it's even on the Yale School of Medicine site now that you could go look at their website, and it says cannabis and cannabinoids kill cancer in humans and rats. They're doing trials at Yale right now with tinctures, and it's working. So it's out there.
Unbelievable, huh?
We're here.
Hey, Judy, I want to ask you, how do you get somebody, let's say an older person, to try it that never tried it in their life, never...
It's not very hard. Let me tell you, they're coming through the door like flocks
They have
right
no hope.
now.
They have no hope with.
They're
Well, I have a
surprised.
friend of mine that has
No,
throat
they're
cancer.
surprised they've been being lied to their
Yep.
whole life. They're mad. They are mad.
They are.
Honest to God, people are mad that they've been lied to their whole
So
life.
how do I get a friend of mine to come to...
With the MS, that friend?
No, this with the cancer.
Oh, okay.
Because
can
what
tell
you
you.
just said
So
about the
if you-
limp,
So if you have a cancer, if you have cancer, one of the debilitating conditions, there's a lot of doctors in Connecticut right now that are in the medical marijuana program. My oncologist is one of them. But you could see a number of holistic doctors. You have to go to the website, make sure you have one of the debilitating conditions, and then just look at medicalmarijuanas.com or just Google search medical marijuana doctors, call them up, and they'll get everything in process and get it going for you. It's that simple.
you know, I'm
It's
talking about
simple.
old mentality,
Yeah,
though.
we reach out to people
Because
like that.
they
Yeah,
need
that's
to be
what
talked
they need.
to.
They need.
I'll reach out to
Yes.
someone like that. Absolutely. So will Billy. So
Yes.
will Brian.
Yeah, guys, I might have to have
They
you
need
do
to be
that.
talked to.
reaching
That's
out.
He's a
it.
good friend of mine who I love.
Yeah.
And you know, he keeps going back to the doctor.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? As a matter of fact, one of the times they put like this wire screen over his head. I don't know what that was. Maybe for radiation.
I had
Radiation,
that.
yeah.
I had that.
Is that what that's for?
Yeah.
Yes.
And man, I love this guy.
Yeah.
And watching him go
What
through
they
that.
do is they take a piece of plastic, they dip it in boiling water, they take it out, not boiling, but very hot water. They take this plastic mesh and put it over your face. It molds to your face, makes a mask, and then when you go in for radiation, they put you on a table, they button your head down to a table so you can't move, and you get radiated for 20 minutes. And sometimes you could get a scar that looks like this that won't heal for 2 years from it. And sometimes it might help with your cancer. I know cannabis oil always helps with cancer pretty much and side effects, so I would definitely try that the first time before I went back for something like this.
Good.
I have
Yeah.
I gotta talk
PTSD
to you.
very bad from that mask. I still can't, I think about it and it makes me cry.
Yeah.
Really, huh?
Yeah, they button your head to a table and
I mean,
and
what did they
radiate
put, like a
you.
strap on it?
No,
So you don't move?
no, it's a plastic mask that covers your face so tightly, and then
Uh-oh.
they
It's
button all the way around your head to the
oh.
table,
The
so
plastics
you
have
can't
buttons on
move
it.
your head, and then they burn you
Radiate your
for
head.
20 minutes with radiation.
That's so
And my
awful.
radiation was so bad in my neck that it burned a hole into my back. I had a hole in my back, and I was getting radiated over here. All my front teeth started breaking. I lost a tooth. I couldn't go in the sun for 2 years. I couldn't even take a shower for 2 years.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yes.
And
I
you were
could not take a
bedridden
shower.
for a while
The
too.
oil,
5 years.
the
5
oil
years, I
healed
bet.
it.
Well, I was 480 pounds with 38-inch legs.
You weren't moving
I
too
could wear
fast.
Crocs and shorts. That's it.
Wow, man.
No
Was-
sneakers, no jeans,
And
nothing.
it was when he started rubbing the oil
Yeah.
on there that it really started.
At the
healing
dispensary, the
immediately.
pharmacist mentioned to put the CBD oil on my neck. I started putting the oil on my neck after having a hole for 2 years. Within 4 days, there was granulization, which is new skin. I called the doctor. He was kind of like, well, come on down. We'll take a look at it. He said, you can make an appointment with a plastic surgeon. Within a month, the hole was closed. They actually had to reopen my neck to move the muscle over because I lost a few ribs from radiation and the cancer.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that radiation, that really
For
tears
some
a- tears
people,
a
it
man
works.
up.
I don't want to
Yeah.
tell everybody
not
don't do it.
Yeah, right.
Or
Different
not to do chemo because
cancers
medicine
cancers.
is getting
Yeah.
better. It's not as toxic. I have a few friends that are doing chemo and they're doing very good. But I would definitely, if it was me, use cannabis oil.
Right.
Use both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
you
you,
should have
like
a
I said the
choice.
last show, if you use cannabis oil with traditional treatment, the cannabis oil protects your cells and it helps the chemo and the radiation pinpoint to the bad and damaged cells because cannabis oil reconstructs DNA. And cancer is a cell gone bad, which is bad DNA.
Well, it's like crazy how the cancer cells commit suicide and the good cells stay healthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have cells in our body called killer T cells that are responsible for killing cancer cells in everybody every day. We burn about 3 million cells a day up, every person. Our bodies do it on their own. But when your immune system gets compromised from maybe chemo, radiation, traditional medicine, it's very hard for those killer T cells to do their work. You
Right,
need
right.
your immune system and you need your brain to fight any disease.
Right.
Right. Now, do you think I just had some skin cancer removed? I got scabs.
You did? You should
Yeah,
be rubbing some
a
oil
ba-
on
babe,
there.
Yeah, I should get some
Yeah.
oil,
Of
right?
They
course.
say it's
Come on,
99%.
Cannabis Then.
I
Get
know.
into
Melon
But
Cannabis
here I am,
now.
Cannabis Then and Now.
You're
Not
the
using
man, I'm the
cannabis
now.
oil.
You gotta start listening
excuse me.
to us.
They say that skin cancer is 99% curable with cannabis
Yeah,
oil.
you better believe
Oh,
It's
it.
the
without-
easiest cancer to cure.
Without digging it out?
They say it's the easiest cancer to
Yeah.
cure. You start
The
putting the,
basal
oil
cells.
on it,
Yeah.
basal cell. You start putting the oil on it, the tumor will start. It will separate. It divides a little bit on your skin, and then it reforms. It constructs. It forms into a necrosis, and within a couple of weeks, it will sometimes fall off or just disappear with no scar.
Wow, see?
And there's a lot of evidence of that on the internet also.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So we don't want to forget about the whole pediatric thing now that we're winding down too, right?
With pediatric bill?
Yeah. Did we mention that?
We mentioned it.
All
But you
right.
want to mention it again?
Yeah, let's just
And
end with
volleyball.
that.
We're going to mention before we close the show, do you believe it's over already? I can't believe it.
No, we're
But,
just so excited about signing this bill.
but the bill is signed, pediatric. Bill 5450 is signed. It's happening. We have our mud volleyball on August 20th up in Middletown, Connecticut. It's going to be a great time, and there'll be a lot of people there. Just come support us because we support
If
you.
you'd like to join, you can email hempct @gmail.
Hemp CT, Cindy Day is one of our favorite people.
Let's get
She's
big
there
numbers
because
here.
she's there everywhere.
And
And
thank
I want to thank everybody for being on the show.
Thank you.
Have
Thank you.
a beautiful night. Cannabis Crusaders, here we are.